We must criticize, we will not shy away from that. We would only criticize to build and not to destroy. This is in the service of God and country. Here we don't do politics, what we do is called patriotism. And from the newsreel, we keep it real. This is the Blakk Porter. And straight to the newsreel, my brother, my sister, today we have a lot of things to deal with. And I'm taking the very first one from 3news.com, and that is the most authentic source of news online. It says, Boku Central MP blames Akufo-Addo for escalating conflict. Boku Central MPP blames Akufo-Addo for escalating conflict. And this is from the NPP. This is the party in power, the president's party. Members of the party in Boku Central are blaming Akufo-Addo for escalating conflict. Now, the leadership of the new patriotic party, MPP, in the Boku Central constituency has expressed utmost disappointment over how government is handling the Boku chieftaincy dispute. Now, according to the constituency executives, polling station executives and electoral area coordinators, the conflict is making the party unpopular in Boku and the Upper East region in general. Now, led by the constituency chairman, the executives added their voices to the call for peace, but in a twist directing blame on President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and other government officials on the increasing tension in the area. The executives are not budging. I'll take it again. Led by the constituency chairman, the executives added their voices to the call for peace, but in a twist directed blame on President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and other government officials on the increasing tension in the area. At a press conference at the party's office in Boku, the communication officer Nuruddin Guruma said members of the party are of different tribes within the traditional area, and so the party does not encourage divisive tribalism. But he added, the chieftaincy dispute has affected members of the party, thus making the party unpopular. Now listen. Now the chieftaincy conflict in Boku is an age-old thing. You can trace it all the way from the days of Nagbewa, coming all the way down to when Kwame Nkrumah decided to install a new chief in the area. We can even go further back into the days of colonialism, when the so-called colonial thief came into our country and meddled in our chieftaincy and politics. Now, my brother, my sister, the Kusasi people have always been a peace-loving people. Under no circumstances in the history of the Kusasi, the Nyanga, and all the other wonderful ethnic groups in the north, would you ever hear that these wonderful ethnic groups were involved in a certain kind of wars? No. In fact, even the name Kusasi, history will tell us, my brother, my sister, that during wars in the days, the Kusasi people were quite peace-loving people. They were a people who will stay back and will not be involved in any violence. Kusasi simply means in Hausa, get close to him. Today, I'm not going to go too deep into the history because we don't have too much time. But I want all of us to understand that the chieftaincy disputes right there in Boku are deep-throated. All the chieftaincy disputes in Boku, right from when it started, up to where we have found ourselves. The chieftaincy dispute in the days of the colonial thief. The chieftaincy dispute in the days of Kwame Nkrumah. The chieftaincy dispute in the days of J.J. Rawlings. All these people, my brother, my sister, played a role in the chieftaincy disputes that happened in the area. The Kusasis are peace-loving people. The Mamprusis are peace-loving people. Now the Kusasis have never been interested in chieftaincy. They have always been priests, Tindamba, owners of the land, people who want to be priests of the land, people who are more interested in the spirituality. So at the time that Nagbewa came into the area, he was the one who instituted chieftaincy in the whole of the northern region and the upper regions. History never lies. At the time that Nagbewa was so interested in chieftaincy, the Kusasis were absolutely not interested. They didn't see it to be important. All they were interested in was to serve the gods of the land. So their leaders were called Tindamba. But as time went on, the people who were brothers and sisters, intermarrying, loving each other, understanding that, hey, we are the priests and you are the chiefs. In fact, when you read the Bible, the Old Testament, you will realize that some people were chiefs or leaders and others were also priests. That was the understanding traditionally between these two wonderful people. But with time, wickedness set in. With time, divisiveness set in. The colonial thief came in, knocked one ethnic group's head against the other. Politicians came in, including Kwame Nkrumah, Jerry John Rawlings. And even in the days of Hillary Man, my brother, my sister, this was raging and it was hot. After about 13 chiefs coming from the line of Nagbewa in Boku, all of a sudden, there was crisis. The people who were supposed to be chiefs and those who were supposed to be priests, now we're all fighting against each other, all because of the colonial thief and our politicians. My brother, my sister, to be able to solve this issue, we need to go back to the traditional times. To be able to deal with this Boku crisis, where brother will recognize brother again, where sister would recognize sister again, there is the need to go back to the days of Nagbewa. What kind of understanding was there? It hurts me when today a brother and brother will pick up gun and shoot and kill each other, and they are happy that they are killing each other. The Kusasis have always loved the spiritual side of the land. Tindamba, the owners of the land, the spiritual owners of the land. They allowed Nagbewa to carry on with the chieftaincy. But today the disputes are all about the chieftaincy. When you go to Bewa Shrine, Specs tradition is the one who is supposed to lead the talks. Politicians will fail like in the days of Kwame Nkrumah, like in the days of Rawlings. Nobody would win this fight. They will keep killing each other night and day. 200 years later, their children's children will continue killing each other if no lasting solution traditionally is brought onto the people. It hurts me every time. Every time I'm tempted to go deeper into the history, I pull my brakes because I don't know who is going to misconstrue what. Things that I say 15 years later become issues amongst my own people in the north. So I have refrained from going deeper into the history of our people. If Hillary Man came and was not able to do it, Kwame Nkrumah was the one who instituted and skinned the first Kusasi chief in the area. Did Kwame Nkrumah take into consideration the traditional nuances of the place? Almost all the... Of course, for some time now, some chiefs have rebelled. Even Na Azantilo himself was enskinned by the Nayiri. Mosi Naba, they call him Mogo Naba, all the way from Burkina Faso, leaves Burkina Faso and comes to Nalergu to be enskinned. So, Nayiri is only an enskinning body. You choose your own chief, go there and get the blessing. I don't know how many people understand this. Nayiri may not go out and say, this is going to be the chief. You choose your chief, go to Nayiri, and when Nayiri goes underground and realizes that, okay, this is the choice of the people, the blessing is given. But today, my brother, my sister, everything has gone haywire. Even people from Tongo, people from Bolga, until Martin Abilba came into power and decided that he will not go to Nayiri. Nayiri is beginning to lose his valor and he has to be restored. How can you restore that? You can restore that through common sense and understanding of our tradition. So you see why I normally would not want to talk about this? I can talk about this for the next 10 hours and I'm still talking. Because I understand what is happening in there. Let me leave it here. I'm tackling this one and I'm reading it from Graphic Online. It says, tackling illegal mining. 4,000 excavators to be tracked this year. So this is interesting. And this is from Graphic Online. It says that the Minerals Commission is to install tracking devices on 4,000 excavators and earth-moving equipment as part of measures to clamp down on illegal mining activities. Listen, man, we can all keep tickling ourselves and laughing. We can all continue to play hide and seek with the patriotism of this country. It is sad the way these dirty politicians are dealing with this issue. Listen, this Galamsey fight can never be won with force. Patriotism is the answer. We all need to start preaching this on TV. When was the last time you heard anything on Galamsey on TV? Right now, we all are interested in seeing big buttocks and big breasts on TV. So we are relegated to the background, the most important things in our lives. If you can't show big breasts and big buttocks, forget about it. Nobody is going to watch your content. In the days, my brother, my sister, when everybody was interested in nationalism and patriotism, we all would sing Yanara, Assassini, Tarara, Dindinaya, Tarara. We sang that and we sang the national anthem and the national pledge. Today, play the national anthem on TV and radio. My brother, my sister, everybody will tune off. The sense of patriotism is all lost. We all are running after things that will not benefit us. So this Galamsey fight is a fight that can be won mentally. It's a mental fight. If the man understands that, hey, what you are doing is killing your own children that you claim you are making money to go pay or take care of, then people would understand that, no, sir, we need to move on with our lives. Today, my brother, my sister, I do not have too much time. I am going to end it here. But what is this thing that I'm hearing that Ghana is attracting what? Attracting gold and lithium mining firms coming here to destroy the land again and own everything and leave us with nothing. What is this happening to us? Who created us at all? Maybe Eric Mawena Egbeta will be able to tell us who created us. Eric, do you know who created us as Ghanaians?
I mean,
is it God or Satan?
Oh, no.
Which one?
I mean, from religion, it all points to God. Unless you're a scientist and you believe in evolution, then the Big Bang Theory is your creation.
Oh, so it's God who created everybody.
Yes, but
you are sure Satan did not create some of us?
I mean, if you read the Holy Book, even Satan is a part of the creation of God, and so yeah. fairly understandable, the concerns, because more often than not, it tends to look like we just do not get things right around these parts of the world. It's a bit disappointing because if you look around, surely there's a lot that can get better, but hopefully things turn around. There's a lot of citizen consciousness to begin to demand some of these things so that things can be done right.
This is so sad, so sad. But we are praying that things will get better. Nigerian elections, I hear there's a winner.
Yes, Bola Ahmed Tinubu has been elected winner, the ruling APC. There's been, even now, our colleague there reports that there are some individuals protesting the results that have been declared by INEC, but we are waiting to see what will be the next line of action for the two main opposition parties, the Labour Party and then the PDP, who are really challenged the outcome of the election, stating that it was rigged and other things.
Well, this person who is said to be the winner, I hear, was able to get 37% of the votes. In Nigeria, don't they have the 50% plus one voter rule?
It's a completely different rule. You're supposed to win at least some 25% in a number of states, plus the Abuja, and so there have been different opinions, different arguments made, but they don't do the 50 plus 1.